time for your weekly dose of pop culture
with Cassie and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Oh, that lighting is great.
Oh, welcome. Oh, I love the lighting. You got it worked out tonight.
Well, you know where I'm broadcasting from?
From let me
Words
guess.
Out Production Studio.
Okay, cool
I
beans.
am broadcasting for Words Out Production Studio tonight.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. So what's up? How you feeling?
I am feeling good. Kiana's here with me. Well, she's not here this minute, but she is getting me so okay. I don't know if the general public doesn't know this because I didn't post it, but I got into another car accident.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I got into another car accident and I'm now without a car again. But this time it wasn't my fault. Somebody rear-ended me and ran.
Yikes.
So
you were a victim of a hit and run.
I had a hit and run, and because this person had like some kind of low insurance thing that you can get in Jersey, the insurance company said we can't pay nothing out.
Oh, yikes.
They have some kind of liability that you can only get in Jersey that you can't. They don't. So luckily on my insurance, there's something that says that, if I get hit by somebody with low insurance and no insurance, my company gives a certain amount to pay for damages.
Okay. So is it repairable? Because I know there was not much to that car.
No, so, this is what I'm dealing with right now. This is my life, so I'm good with it. But in order to get a ride here, because I wanted to do it for the studio, in order to get a ride here, I had to tell Kiana I would buy her some Chinese.
Okay. So dinner was your
that was my
ride.
Lord. That was my pitch.
That was your pitch.
The dinner was on now. She's out with my credit card getting herself Chinese.
Wait. You gave your teenage daughter your credit card.
Uh-oh. I just realized.
Yeah, you gave a teenage girl your credit card. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I did, didn't I? Did I mess up?
I'm just saying.
Did I just do it?
That might not have been. I don't know what might lead to like not being your finest moment. The 2 accidents back to back, or giving a teenage girl your credit card. But God bless your soul and keep living, as you like to say.
Wow.
Oh, it is a good time here.
Wow.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. It's Kathy and Kenny. We explain pop culture. Actually, I don't know whether we offer explanations, but each week we talk a different topic in pop culture. And I don't know, we need to go back and look to see just how many shows we've done, but I know we've been going pretty strong.
2 years, most.
Huh? 2 years? All right, 2 years. 2 years in the pop culture verse. Want to say hi to the folks out there. Oh my gosh. Blast
Just
from
Samson.
The past. I see you, just Samson in the house. Hey. Oh, you can't. Oh,
you can't
man.
fill up. You can't fill up, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you for those words of encouragement. I'm going to have to come to the studio to do this more often because I like doing it from here. This is nice.
Well, you don't have your Marvel posters in the background, but that's pretty cool.
I don't know how my engineer would feel if I got Marvel posters because I got up here. I can't show it to you because I don't have my roving camera. But when we did the studio, we have a picture of a Rolling Stone cover of Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
And then next to that, we have a picture of um, Tupac.
Okay.
And I want
So
to get some more
any
pictures
other
up, but but the
any other
outline.
dead singers you want to hang up there for inspiration?
Well, I got to get a Prince cover.
Bowie,
See, and
Prince,
there is
Michael.
this is our studio. I was standing in the booth, and we have a retractable wall here, where
Uh-huh.
this opens up. This is our microphone, by the way.
Okay.
This opens up, and when this opens up, there's a door hinge on it, and this is it's a small room. So that's
Uh-huh.
our studio back here, and then we have our decor is purple and black.
Okay. Cool.
So that's what we got going on here.
So
So
okay, so that's pretty sweet. And
it's a
that
legit
is a
studio.
Worked Out Productions. And you're in what part of New Jersey?
Where's Our Productions? The studio is up for rent, and it is in Turnersville, New Jersey. If you see us, if you find it, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you inbox us on Facebook and Instagram, we will respond. And you can, we did post our hours. Basically, it's $40 an hour. But if you get over 3 hours, it's $30.
Oh, just Samson. I know it has been a minute. And Kenny, I don't know if that diet is holding up, if he is
All right, you know
sending
what?
out for Chinese, because
You know what? You know
that's
what?
not gonna
Just,
that's not gonna bode
just
well for you, my
no,
brother.
just Samson. We are talking about the studio. We're not talking about diet.
No
Okay.
diet. Well, actually, tonight's topic, tonight we are talking about character actors. And you know what was interesting? Last week we were talking about voiceover actors, but tonight we're talking character actors. And you know what? God bless Canva, because they always have something cool I can throw a thumbnail together. Usually I do it during class, but I was actually going to do it a week early, but we were talking all these voice actors, and as we went down that rabbit hole, we started thinking about like those character actors, and those are those people that you see in every single movie, and you're like, oh, I know that guy. But you know what's kind of cool that I think lately in the last like 10 to 15 years, a lot of those folks who have portrayed character actors are now kind of in front of the camera.
Okay, I'll send me money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh wait, so I'm just talking to hear myself talk.
No. You're not. You're not. You're not.
You
I'm
know what?
listening to you. She walked. She
Pay
walked in.
attention.
She walked in and she couldn't use my card because she had to use her own card because she had to sign names.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. I've signed other people's cards. I don't know.
Don't.
Should I be admitting that on the live
I don't
stream?
think you should be admitting that on the live stream. I don't think that's what people want to hear. You put that anyway, hon. So yeah, so Kiana's in the house for the day's podcast. But we have we're doing the character actors, and I did a lot of the newer character actors. I did a couple of character actors that were older, that people might not have heard of. But I did a lot of character
I mean,
actors.
you got some good ones on here with
Yes,
like just
and I tried to keep it short.
memorable roles that yeah, that I have absolutely loved. So, I'm like, oh, I was looking at the list, because for those of you who don't know, I get to do the thumbnails and the cool stuff, especially with regards to the images as we broadcast. So if I get tired of hearing Kenny be Kenny, something like this will happen. Of course, don't tell him I said that. Anyway, um, see, there's a reason sometimes I need to just take him off the screen, and it might not be such a bad thing. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry. My daughter
But
asked me
you
a
know what?
question.
I'm the oldest, so I get to be in charge. I get to
My
push the
daughter, I know.
buttons, which is always fun. I'm
My daughter
sorry,
asked me a
what's
question.
going on back there?
My daughter asked me a question. I had to answer it.
Hmm. Of course, of course.
They didn't give her a fork at the place.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah, they didn't give her
No
a fork.
fork! Ah!
Hey, you know what the bad part about it is? I told her to get me
What?
I told her to get me chopsticks for mine, and she
Uh-huh.
went with the chopsticks, but they forgot to give her a fork.
Oh, so she has chopsticks too.
No, no,
So
no.
she
She only got one set of chopsticks.
Oh, so she's just gonna have to look at her food. Oh,
No,
that's
no, no.
sad.
No. There's also a club attached to the studio, and they had a fork, and I told her to get one of their forks.
Okay.
So
All right.
you know,
So while you
but
sit
no,
oh,
these
you know
cactus
what?
actors.
Hey, dude, that is not the angle for you.
What?
I got I
Oh,
got
you know what? I'm sorry.
I got
I'm sorry. My bad.
I
I
just
got
gotta go.
issues and problems.
Yeah, Vaseline, baby. Vaseline. That's all.
Wow. See, nobody else would have said anything. You didn't have to put me on.
I'm just saying.
Nobody else would have said anything. You didn't have to put me on blast. You didn't
I'm
have to put me
sorry.
on blast. You didn't
I
have to put
know.
me on blast about. I am kind of ashy though. You didn't
You
have to
know
put me
what?
on
I
blast
need
about
to
that.
smack myself.
Yeah,
So
I know because they see my face and they see my hands and everything, which don't look that ashy. But
uh-huh.
don't laugh at my ash, Kiana. She's over here. She looked at my elbows. She's like, ah!
Woohoo! Ow! So hey, let's
Now, I
talk
see
a little bit about this
Ed.
list.
Did you put some of these on the end, or did Ed put some of these on the end?
I think Ed puts these on the end, and I love some of these on the end. I mean, when we're talking about character actors, and it's those people you see all the time, but you're like, oh, I know that guy. This is one of them, Benedict Wong. And
Yes.
again, most people know him from Doctor Strange, and that's the cool thing because a lot of these folks will come like I think what I was surprised by are a lot of the faces that we're going to talk about tonight. You know them, or you've
But you
seen them
don't
so
know them.
much, and some of them I actually know their names. And there is one guy that is not on the list, and I'm going to look him up so I can find him. Um, but I know he's the guy with the eyes. I think his name is uh,
Is he old? Is he older guy?
he's
Is he
older
deceased? Is
and
he deceased?
no, he's still living, and the thing about it is too for a lot of these actors, like you might some of the things we're going to talk about are some movie roles and different things, but you might know him from those movie roles. But a lot of times they'll do those guest shots. I bet you if we actually cross-referenced it, every single actor probably on this list, save for the ones that have gone or were, you know, an early part of movie history, have done a guest spot on Law and Order. I mean,
Yeah.
they just
Well,
had
you know what? You know what? And another
because
thing
Law and
about
Order has been on so long, or some variation. They've either been on Law and Order or NCIS, or what's that other one that's just been on forever?
um SVU.
Well, that's part of the Law and Order
Okay.
franchise.
And a lot of these guys that are character actors, a
Hmm.
lot of them, doing my research, they were voice actors.
You know what? I noticed that because again, last week we were talking about voice actors, and as I was looking over some of the names on this list, I'm like, oh wow, you know, they could have easily been a part
Yeah,
of
a
last
lot of
week's
these
show
guys are voice
because they
actors.
do voices. But oh, you know what? This guy, his name is Pruitt Taylor Vince, which is like 3 first names, which I know is kinda peculiar, and you know him, and you've seen him in things.
I don't recognize that face.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy
What was he
you know
on?
what? You know what you would this particular image, I believe, was from an X-Files episode,
Okay.
because he was painting something, but he has this twitchy eye, and I'm not sure what about it. You might did you see the movie? I can't think of the name of it right now, and Ed will help me out because it's a horror movie, so he'll know what I know. Where everybody had like they were all at this motel and everybody oh gosh, who was in it? I'm drawing a pop culture blank. I remember Amanda Pete.
Mm.
I remember there was a bunch
Was
of
it
folks,
was it a
especially
horror? Was
it,
it a
it
horror
it
movie?
was kind of like a mystery movie where oh everybody had like they were staying in this rundown hotel or something, and they all wound up having the same exact birthday.
I don't remember that movie. I don't know what movie that is.
God, Identity.
Okay.
That's the name of it. My
Because the
my
best hotel movie I've seen is Four Rooms.
4 rooms.
Four
Um,
Rooms.
I think excuse me, this is a picture of him in Identity, but that eye twitch again makes him somebody you see in
He
movies
looks
all the
slightly
time.
familiar. What else was he in?
Oh gosh, I can't think of like specific movies now. Um, but and we don't have Ed on the line because Ed is usually doing our fact checking in the
Yeah.
middle of the show. But his name is Pruitt Taylor Vince, and I am sure I know he's done a Law and Order episode. I remember him in um uh like this the first picture I showed was a scene from the X Files, which is where I really first I think I first remember seeing him and thinking, "Wow, who is that actor? I need to know that guy's name." But when Ed jumps on, he can look him up for us because he'll know all his credits and all the things that he's been in.
Hey,
As I take a
wait,
look,
wait. Hey, Scooby Life, how you doing?
oh, Scooby Life's in the house.
Scooby
Okay,
Life's in the house, man. How you doing, Scooby Life? Okay,
cool.
so
And
Steven Tobolowski. A lot of these people, all these character actors have names I can't pronounce. I'll be honest
And
with you.
actually, this is a perfect week for us to talk about character actors. I'm just looking at the credits for Pruitt Pruitt Taylor Vince, the guy. He was in Agents of Shield, so I know that
Wow.
you would know. He was Grill in Agents of Shield. He's been on the Blacklist, the Mentalist, True Blood, Walking Dead. He's just you know him. You've seen him all over the place, but um our next Steven, this guy, if not
I do know
anything,
him. I know him.
you know him.
What was he on?
Ed Ryerson. Come on.
What? Ed Ryerson.
Groundhog Day. I mean,
You know what? I've
they were
never
just
seen.
playing it this week.
Hold on a second. I'll say, I've never seen Groundhog Day.
What?
I've never seen Groundhog Day.
Wrong answer. Oh, come on, Kenny. Oh my God. Your list is going to be so long. Um, you have never seen Groundhog Day? I mean, come on. We just
It
celebrated
just, it's
Groundhog
just,
Day. I don't
it
know
just, it
why.
just, it just looks repetitious to me. You know, he's going through the same day over and over again.
But it's Bill Murray. It's
I
like
understand that.
classic.
I get to this Bill. I don't know if it's classic, but I get to this Bill Murray.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. All right. Next on our list, and our list is so long. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
even know if I can find all the pictures.
Scooby
But
Life and Just Samson are just like, come on, Kenny.
oh, the list of movies Kenny has not seen is ridiculously long and almost embarrassing to call him a pop culture kid.
Okay,
Rob
okay, let's.
Morgan, who Rob Morgan, who's on the movie, who's on the TV series This Is Us, in the movie Just Mercy, as well as Daredevil, classic character actor. And if you can let us know in the comments who is one of your favorite character actors, and if you have to name the movie or character because you might not know the actor's name, who knows? It might wind up being one of the ones on our list as we have this really long, cool list of, I don't know why my sound is popping. You know what? I'm going to let you take the list for a little bit because I want to change out either
Okay,
microphones or
sure.
the cable because for some reason I'm popping. So let it be all about you for a moment,
Okay.
which, yeah.
You're
I'm, I,
mine now. You're mine now. Just joking. So, Rob Morgan, Kathy, show the picture of Rob Morgan one more time. Um, so we did that one. Um, Jess Sampson, would John Cusack be a character actor? I pretty much think he's just an actor. Um, I think I don't know. When Kathy comes back, we'll discuss that. John, because John Cusack has done a lot of different roles, but it's kind of like Will Smith and The Rock. They kind of do the same guy, kind of, sort of, you know. But next we have John Carroll Lynch. John Carroll Lynch, who's famous for Fargo, Grumpy Old Men, The Walking Dead, and Zodiac. And he does look a little familiar too. I think that picture, I think, is from Fargo, if I can be correct. I don't know. It might not be. I don't know. Next we have Judy Greer. And Judy Greer was in Arrested Development. She was in Ant-Man, 13 going on 30, and Halloween, the 2018 version. We still have John Carroll Lynch up there. No, we're not changing. Okay. Judy Greer is really John Carroll Lynch. I'm just joking. That's not true. That's not true at all. But Judy Greer from Arrested Development. Um, Next on this list, we have. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You know what? When I'm here, you speed through, and I don't know. I'm still hearing that popping, so I'm not quite sure what I'm doing on that end. But John Carroll Lynch, he has played some really good roles, and there was a movie with Halle Berry that he was in that. I'm talking and talking, and you don't hear me. I'm
You
sorry,
can't hear us. Say
but
you're
and I'm
saying.
like, you still can't hear me. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, because I'm talking and talking, and you're like, "Well, yeah, yeah." I was about to go back to John Carroll Lynch, but I'll just keep it moving because
Just Sampson has a few people he thinks are character actors, and I'm like, the actors. You put John Cusack as a character actor.
I
He kind of plays.
actually isn't John Cusack always playing John Cusack? He was in
Yeah,
that movie Identity. Now that I think of it, although I love him and he is awesome.
and he also put on there. He also put Jim Carrey,
Jim Carrey.
who's he's
I,
like, he plays different characters, but he's always playing silly characters. So it's
and I think we were kind of picking some of the folks who tend to kind of, I don't know.
the folks we picked tend to have that. They tend to be unknown people who are character actors who pop up everywhere. And
Right.
there are some
But some
known
of them
people.
have become more
Yeah,
famous
some
and
of them
more
have,
well
yeah,
known,
but they became
just,
famous
just
because of
by
it.
virtue of, and I'm sorry because I was fiddling around with the microphone cords. So I did miss Judy Greer, and you might remember her from not just Arrested Development,
Wait a
but
minute,
13 going on 30, which I'm sorry, I thought that was just a cute movie. I just
I've
thought
never
that.
seen that one. I never wanted to see that.
Oh my. Okay, I get it. I get it. It's a chick flick, but come on.
Yeah, it's
I
too
mean,
much. I like rom coms, but 13 going on 30 is too much of a chick flick for me. I'm good.
oh, but it's got. Oh well, I don't. There is no bringing you around to where you need to be. So I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. But that's a cute movie.
Wow,
Now,
I like that. Just Samson. Kenny is always playing a silly character. Wow, wow.
now this is one Ed put on the list, and I don't know whether and
Zork
yeah, Zara
Coley.
Cully, who everybody knows as the grandmother on the Jeffersons. But I guess,
I
and
guess
again,
she had to live in a
if we
work.
dig back in some of her work, maybe we would see some of the other characters that she played. But I know she did. Yeah, she was brutal on the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the ones that I really liked because this was a character actor I saw a lot, and that was Yaffa Kuto. Now
Yes.
that's going back. Now that's,
Yes.
you know what? Like nowadays, if you're a character actor, you're on like, NCIS or Law and Order. But back in his day, he was doing stuff like, uh Fantasy Island and and the A Team and although Would you didn't have to be a character actor really to get on the Love Boat.
No, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
You
you had to
didn't.
be like kind of
You
a
just had to be.
C,
You
a
just had to
B
get
to
name.
C
Yeah,
list celebrity.
yeah. You had to be a BSC to get on Love Boat. Yeah, like back in the '70s, Michael Jackson wasn't on Love Boat,
No.
but Janet Jackson Tito could have got on there.
Latoya would have been on the Love Boat.
Latoya would have been on Love Boat.
There you go. There you go.
Latoya would have been on Love Boat. Michael, nah, Michael ain't got time for that.
And-
Reby maybe.
Another one that Ed added to the list was Danny DeVito. But I guess
know if
I think early in his career, like when he was in things like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you could make a pitch for that.
Danny DeVito was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't remember him being in that.
There he is down there. I don't know.
Oh, that's Danny DeVito? Okay.
I'm pointing my my cursor over it like you can see it.
Okay, yeah.
So wasn't he in that? Well,
He
but
was in
most of the roles they list, most of the roles that Ed listed, he was like a lead or but there was another guy, I think. Well, he's got Christopher Lloyd on here too.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a character actor either.
Doc.
Christopher Lloyd is like Jim Carrey. They're always playing somebody who's a little off kilter, off center.
Off center. He's
Like
got a ton of off center roles.
But we all agree that Jim from Taxi is his best off center role.
I like Doc from Back to the Future.
Oh, come on. I like the scene in Taxi where he's taking the test, the driver's test.
Uh-huh.
What color? Slow down. What color? What does yellow mean? Slow down. What?
It doesn't take much to amuse you.
Oh man, that scene is hilarious though. Jim has got to be his best. I mean, his taxi character. Taxi. It was his breakthrough character. I did like him on Clue, the movie Clue.
Now that's a movie I haven't seen.
You've never seen Clue?
I played the game. I have not seen.
You have never seen. Give yourself a beat for that. Give yourself a buzz. Give yourself.
Slap
I
my
want to hear my pop culture kids get on Kathy's case for never seeing Clue. Everybody's seen Clue.
It's not like Clue is a classic. Clue is not
a classic.
Clue is not the Goonies. Clue is not,
Clue is better than the Goonies. I've never seen the Goonies, but Clue is better than the Goonies. Clue is a classic.
All right, if you say so.
Okay. So next he has is Alan Rickman, of course. Die Hard.
I wish I could find a picture, but there were no pictures of Alan Rickman at all on the internet. So unfortunately, I do not have.
Scooby Life, you disappoint me.
I do not have a single Alan Rickman picture.
You don't have the. Come on, as many memes went around of him falling from Nakatomi Tower. Come on.
All right, there you go, Alan Rickman. Although
he was also
my favorite character role he did?
What?
Galaxy Quest.
Oh wow.
You've never don't you
I've seen Galaxy Quest. Of course I've seen Galaxy Quest.
Come on. Pop culture kid card revoked.
I like them in
Gary Cole. Gary Cole. My roommate Donna was a stage manager on a play that I'm sorry, when I talk, do we talk while I'm talking? Is that something we do now?
No, we don't.
All right. Gary Cole, because that's the same guy that was on Seventh Heaven, correct?
No.
Right?
No.
Oh, wait. I got a different guy?
Yeah.
Who's the guy from Seventh Heaven?
I don't know, but not Gary Cole.
I think you're wrong. But okay, we'll move on then. No.
Okay.
And I
Jeff
can't tell my
Sampson,
Gary Cole story. Maybe I'm
just
thinking of
just
somebody else.
just Sampson says, now we gotta take this in context, but he says, no way Clue is better than the Goonies. Now is he saying no way Clue
Oh no,
Clue is
Gary
better than the
Cole is
Goonies,
definitely.
or is he saying no way Clue is better than the Goonies? Or is he saying no way Clue is better than the Goonies?
Oh, Fred Ward. That's a good one too.
Yeah, Fred
Fred
Ward.
Ward. He played Jennifer Lopez's dad in where's the one where she was fighting enough? Oh man. Oh, even the guy who played her husband, he's another one that does a lot of character work. Okay, you know what? We're gonna move on some of this list because some of these ones you have down here, like to me, Cloris Leachman and Richard Pryor, those are like lead actor types as
Yeah, but they
opposed
were
to
yeah,
character
but I
actors.
know, but they were character actors because when they did bit parts, and I put the show like when she did Mary Tyler Moore show, Young Frankenstein, The Longest Yard, and she was like a bit actor that was a character actor. Cloris Leachman, sometimes you wouldn't even recognize her in some of the roles she would do. Richard Pryor the same way. He played the guy he played in Blue Collar and Harlem Nights is different from the guy he played in Lady Sings the Blues, Black Brigade, Silver Streak, and Grease Lightning. Like Richard Pryor to me was a lead character actor.
Okay, but today
But
I thought we were just doing those unknown kind of folks,
okay,
and
all right,
we've done
you're
a
right.
lot of known ones.
Okay.
Unknown kind of folks like this dude.
Oh, he's
Who
awesome.
I mean, you know his
He's
name, but
awesome.
he is so awesome because when he shows up, let's just say trouble ensues. Uh,
He was great
did you
on.
now tell me this? Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I did not watch Breaking Bad. I was not part of the Breaking Bad. Just like you know what? Because okay. Here's my excuse for not watching Breaking Bad. Everybody was on the Breaking Bad wagon train, just like everybody was on a Game of Thrones wagon train. Just like when Walking Dead started, everybody was on that. Excuse me, I'm not the guy that follows what everybody else is watching. I'm my own man.
Okay,
And I
all right.
stopped I stopped watching um I stopped watching Walking Dead, but the only reason I watched Walking Dead at the time is because a
Hmm.
cute girl I knew was watching Walking Dead. That's the only reason I watched it.
So that's why you followed it. You know, I I didn't. I watched the first episode and then I was like, "Oh, this is a little too much for me." And Sunday night is my kind of wind down night, and uh, you know, I need to be able to sleep at night. So I kind of stopped, and I didn't come back to it till they were at the prison because I had seen like a trailer I like clicked on it and saw the episode with him, just like I guess just talking to herself. And once I saw that episode, I'm like, oh wait, there's more to the show than the gore and the guts and stuff, and that it is a show about these relationships. And to me, that's the best TV shows, the best movies. It is not about whatever the other special effects or whatever. It's those ones that kind of hone in on relationships that I tend to enjoy. But again,
But
that's me.
the thing I used to like about when I watched Walking Dead, the thing I used to like about
Wait,
it was
Clue was better than the Goonies. I agree. Um,
the thing
I
I
haven't
like
even seen Clue, and I would agree to that. And and
the,
I
the,
do.
the thing I like about The Walking Dead was, which I thought was funny, was as soon as somebody got happy in their life and settled in the way that things were going for them, they kill them.
Oh yeah, that is definitely true. But Giancarlo Esposito, I think I first remember seeing him in a Spike Lee joint.
I think
Um,
she's got to have it.
was he in? I don't think he was in.
Yeah,
She's
I
Gotta
think he
Have
was.
It. He
Yeah,
was
she
definitely
got
in
it.
Do the Right Thing,
He was in Do the
but
Right Thing. He was in School Days.
School Days.
Um,
Maybe School Days was the first one he was in because that was before Do the
I'm
Right
pretty
Thing.
sure he was in because she dated three guys. One was Spike Lee, one was Giancarlo Esposito, and one was another guy. She dated three different guys that she had to choose from. I'm pretty
Uh
sure the other
huh.
one was this guy.
I Okay. I mean, if you say so, I think it was somebody else.
And he's the kind of person like he was in The Last Holiday, and he was in there was a Disney show called not to be confused with the
Oh,
CW
Last
show.
Holiday with Queen Latifah and
Yes, he
oh,
played the
I
rich.
like that movie.
He played the rich senator that didn't show up for a meeting, and
Right.
he tried to hit on Queen Latifah, and he got shot down.
Okay. So
And just to be clear, his character had a corny pickup line. So it's the Queen. You got to come up with a better pickup line than that.
okay. He was also in the Cotton Club. But it turns out he was in Trading Places as well. But I was pretty sure.
Yeah, I
Excuse
saw
me.
it. I don't know. I remember seeing him in Trading Places.
See, I don't see him with a She's Gotta Have It credit. I think he was in School Days, which I'm not sure. I thought that was before Do the Right Thing, or maybe
Yeah, it
after.
was. I think School
And he
Days
was
was.
in More Better Blues. But I don't think he was in She's Gotta Have It. But
The School Days was a very young Lawrence Fishburne.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The next one on our list for character actors, I love this guy, and he's one of these guys who
Yes.
started out as a character actor, but now everybody knows his name, or knows kind of knows his nickname. I don't know if they know his can pronounce his real name, and that's Joey Pants. Joey Pantaleona.
Yeah, Pantalion.
Pantaleone. But you know what? I liked him because the two movies I saw him in back to back were two musicals, and he kind of had the same kind of role, like the kind of second string guy that kind of got beat up or picked on by the lead, and that was Eddie and the Cruisers and the Idol Maker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the piano player in the Idol Maker, and also in Eddie and the Cruiser. So
Yes.
but most people know him. I guess his breakout character role was the snitch in The Matrix. So
Well,
he
you know
was the
what?
Judas of The Matrix.
You know what? He's also a snitch on. He played a cop snitch on the movie. He was only in it for a short time. He wound up like getting killed, but he was in the comedy Running Scared as a snitch, and he looks totally
Oh,
different
I
from
remember
everything.
that.
Yeah, he
That
was
was
running. Yeah,
who was that? Billy
that was
Crystal
Billy
and
Crystal and Gregory Hines.
Gregory Hines.
Yeah,
Yes.
I liked him in that
Yes.
movie too.
Yes. The other one, I couldn't. He's one of those faces that you've seen, and you've seen him in the movies, and he's like probably playing the police lieutenant. And I know him because I am a big Fringe fan, and I love the TV series Fringe, and that's Lance Reddick.
Yes,
But if you watched anything on HBO like Oz or The Wire,
yeah, he was on those.
he was on.
He's on one of my favorite movies, White House Down.
Okay, now that's one I haven't seen, so
Wow, that's a good
I
one.
can slap myself for that because I haven't seen that. I've also not seen any of the John Wick movies,
No,
which is
he's
weird
down. Yeah,
because I love me some Keanu, but I have not seen any John Wick movies at
really,
all.
John Wick movies are great. I bought all three because I got them for like low cost, and I like DVDs. And the last I bought the
Oh wow,
third
yeah,
one. I
yeah.
bought the third one,
Just
but as I put it in, it got stuck like towards the middle. The movie paused, so I haven't seen the rest of the third one yet.
so you still haven't seen the third one.
I'll
Yeah,
see some of it.
Jess Simpson is our Ed tonight because he's bringing these names. Michael Shannon, and I
Who's that?
believe
Wait,
he
that
was
sounds
in.
familiar.
Yeah, he was in the Twilight movies. When you see him, and now I gotta find a picture of him because you'll know him the minute you see him.
It
Is
sounds
like
really familiar, like I would know him.
yeah,
And it sounds
like
like his name sounds like he probably did some voice work.
and that's what we said earlier. Like a lot of the character. Oh wait, I'm thinking of a different guy.
Dion's in the house. And Dion, that character is definitely on the list. That
Okay.
gentleman is definitely on the list.
All right. So we were talking about some of the characters, and we'll come back to some of the ones on. But yeah, Michael Shannon, and yeah, you'll know this guy when you see him because he actually looks like some other people. I can't because. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna grab a picture of him. But why I grab a picture of
Was
him?
that guy in Office Space?
Was he at Office Space?
And
No.
played the friend next door.
No. That's Dietrich Bader
Oh
or
yeah,
Bader.
that's the
Yeah,
okay.
that's a different guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And I thought Michael Shannon was a different Michael. I had the wrong guy in my head, which that can happen. There are times you can have the wrong guy in your head. Um, on our list is one of my favorites. He is the big fat liar.
Yes.
He was also Pig Virus in the Howard Stern movie, and he was an actor that again was one of those character actors you would see him everywhere, but because of some of the roles, he actually got to be like the leading man or the go-to guy, and that is Paul Giamatti, who
Yes.
and again, that's how you know you've broken out from being just a character actor when people can pronounce your last name and they know who you are.
Yeah,
Paul
I like
Giamatti
them. I like them in duets.
in duets.
Yeah, I like them in duets. He was good in
I'm
duets.
trying to think because I know I've seen it, but it's been so long I can't think of. And the bad part is
I
I
like them. I
had
like them.
so
I
many
like,
character actors that I tried to grab some photos of that I'm going through the list going, oh, let me pop that picture up there. But yeah, Paul Giamatti, what was it? American Splendor was one of the things he was in. He was also in 12 Years a Slave,
yes.
Big Fat Liar, the Howard
Amazing
Stern movie.
Spider-Man.
He played Pig Virus.
Amazing
Um,
Spider-Man. He played the villain Scorpion.
and Fred Claus,
Love
and
Fred
act-
Claus.
and actually through playing with the audio recently on the Howard Stern show, they realized it's his voice at the beginning of like their theme song every day that kind of cuts in. But again, that's Forrest Howard Stern phone. Did my mic
Um,
go out again?
no, yeah,
What's wrong?
it popped a little bit.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting that pop so much. I might have to change out microphones and give up the pod mic and
It
go
might
with
be
something that.
it might be the input, and you might have to put a little gray thing on the plug.
A gray thing on the
A
plug?
gray I'm trying
Is
to
that
think the
the
word
technical
for it.
name of it?
No, but it's a thing on the okay. When you get electrical problems like popping and stuff like that, if
Uh-huh.
you on a plug that plugs into the wall of the device that's plugged into, if you put that what is the word? It's a little gray thing, but you put it on there, and it kind of I'll come up with the word. Let's go to
All
the
right.
next one.
Okay. Well, we'll go to the next one while I, kind of figure out what the little gray thing is that I need to find to put it on. This, by the way, is Michael Shannon.
Oh,
And
I know
again,
him.
yeah, he looks like a bunch of different
no,
people to me.
he looks like Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He looks like Joaquin Phoenix a little bit.
Hmm.
But also, he looks like the guy from the Stranger Things a little bit too, with that beard and mustache. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. It's a grounder
Grounder.
of some kind.
Yes, a
Yeah,
grounder.
okay.
Yes. Thank you,
So
Dion.
I
He's a
need
grounder.
something to ground because I've noticed it the last couple of shows that I am popping like nobody's business. It's on like popcorn, and
Yeah,
I know
I've
something.
been as a DJ, I've been doing sound for years, and I remember one time I was in a situation where the speakers weren't working right, and everybody's trying to
Mhm.
figure it out. And I went in my bag and I got a grounder and plugged the grounder in, and everything was like what was wrong worked fine, and everybody's looking at me like it's grounded, man. You got to ground it sometimes.
Sometimes you
it
gotta
is.
ground it. You gotta ground it. You got to
Okay.
ground it. Now I love this picture. There's another one with about 3 more characters.
But
But
that's
to me, the best was when he was in the movie called well, it was released, I think, overseas with the title Leon, but here in the States, it was called The Professional
okay.
with Gary Oldman as the bad. Nobody does a bad guy like Gary Oldman.
Oh
I'm
man.
just saying.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I
you're
can
right.
say.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
Book
his
of
bad
Eli. I mean, just
Book of
pick one.
Eli, uh, the Fifth Element,
Yeah. Sid and Nancy.
Sid and
Although I don't
Nancy. Oh
know.
my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I saw
Um,
Sid Nancy, I saw it after the fact. Like it had all, everything else he'd already been done, and took a minute for me to register that the guy from Sid and Nancy, because you look at these things, the guy from Sid and Nancy is the same guy that's Commissioner Gordon on the Nolan Batman's. Is the same guy that's in the Fifth Element.
right.
It's the same
That's how
guy.
good he is. You
Is the
don't,
same. Is the same guy that's in the Book of Eli. And I'm like,
mind blown. Yes.
mind blown. Guy
Gary
Oldman.
Gary
Guy Oldman
Oldman
is.
is not to be confused with Gary Coleman. Um, but
Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. It was a cheap joke. All right.
Steve is
Okay.
in the house.
It bombed.
Steve Johnson's in the house. Hey, Steve,
Oh,
how you doing,
hey
buddy?
Steve. All right. Next
Dion.
up, we're talking character actors. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. It's Saturday night. This is when we do our pop culture thing where we talk pop culture. This week we're talking character actors, and actually just Samson had a bunch of good ones back in the comments that I couldn't even find all the pictures for, like Ron Perlman, um, William Finchner. I mean, just some good ones, just some classics. And Michael Shannon, who we were talking about. Next on our list was Clancy Brown.
This is the one that Dion asked about when she first came on. Do we do Clancy Brown? And yeah, we have Clancy Brown.
Mm-hmm. Shawshank Redemption.
I've never seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
I
Come on.
I don't
Oh
like
man.
I don't like prison movies.
You don't like prison movies? Well,
I
I
don't like
get it. I'm not a fan. I'm no big. Although you didn't see the Green Mile either, because that's like a good double feature, like Shawshank and the Green Mile. I'm just saying. Although I like the book series better, only because Stephen King released it like in these 3 or 4 week increments. So you got like a little. I don't know. To me, it was kind of fun. It was like the serial novel that you were reading. Of course,
I
when I
think
think about it, it meant that he got like $3.99 out of me every 3 weeks, which
I
probably is way
I
more
think
than me spending $20 or $30 on a book.
I think the one thing that Clancy Brown, I think one thing that made him famous was a lot of people in the nerd community and a lot of people in the cult community was he was the bad guy on the first Highlander movie.
Ah,
So he got to take Sean Connery's head.
ah. He
So
got
that yeah.
he
So
was
that
also in
yeah,
the
it was
Adventures of Buckaroo
and
Banzai.
he was also in the original Bad Boys, not the one with Martin Lawrence, but the one with Sean Penn. When Sean Penn went to jail,
Oh,
he
I
was in
remember
that.
that.
He was in
Okay.
that.
Was
Um,
he one of the kids in oh, you know who else was in that movie, that original Bad Boys,
yeah,
which is not the Bad Boy, not the famous Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, but this was Sean Penn and oh, who's the other guy?
the guy that was in La Bamba.
Esau Morales.
Yes.
Oh man, I loved him and he was great in that movie.
Every girl at that time did. Every woman at that time loved that guy. You
Oh
know,
yes.
you had to look like him in order to get a play. Um, but okay, our next person
Oh,
is Are we going
Oh,
to
I
that?
did have another picture. I clicked on the wrong picture of
Yeah.
Clancy
Okay.
Brown because
Oh,
he's one of
Clancy
those
Brown.
guys
Yeah.
that you see and you're like, oh wait, I know him. Okay.
And very famous for Starship Troopers. Besides besides Highlander, because he was the
Uh,
guy that ultimately caught the big bug at the end. So
all right.
next we have a very like this guy is passed away, but I love this guy and
This guy
everything I
was
saw
in
him in.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I was like, and again, when you got a movie with a bunch of people in the mental institution, that's just like character actor, let your freak flag fly. That's him standing high up there in the back, but most people remember him from the movie Ghosts.
Yes.
And there he is from Buckaroo Banzai, or The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai in the Fifth Dimension. He is behind John Lithgow on the left, or is
Yeah.
it the right? I'm
And you
just
know what? And on the other side of John Lithgow is Christopher Lloyd.
okay. Oh, so that it's a twofer. It's a Christopher
Yeah.
Lloyd and a Vincent. How do you say his name? Scavelli.
Scavelli, yes. And Jeff Sampson, thank you for joining us tonight, man. See you later.
All right. Yes. Thank you for joining
Thanks for
us
coming in.
tonight. And
Um, but,
Clancy did a
but
ton of cartoon voices. Oh, also the voice of Lex Luthor. And
yeah,
again, like we were saying before, the reason we did character actors this week is because last week we spent so much time talking about voice actors. It was just kind of like a natural flow that we started talking about character actors. So we just kept it going.
I'm going to
Why
say as a character actor, Vincent Scavelli, Vellini, I guess his favorite line,
Scavelli, I think.
Scavelli, yeah, his favorite line in the movie was, Lane, if you're not dating that girl,
Because that is a movie that we do love.
from
We
Better when he was in Better Off Dead. He also played a teacher in Fast Time in Ridgemont High. So and he
and
was
do you know who he was married to?
who?
I think her name was Elise Beasley, but she played the secretary in Moonlighting.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah,
You know what else he was
another
in?
character actress.
The first time you probably seen him would have been one of the roles you probably first seen him in was in the '70s. He was in Frisco Kid with Gene Wilder and Harrison Ford, and
Wow.
he was the monk that when we went in the monk and all the monks couldn't talk, and
Hmm.
and Gene Wilder kept talking. And, oh, I know, you can't talk, and then he asked for salt, and then he goes, "Thank you," and he was the guy. Vincent was the guy who said, "You're welcome," and he talks and he goes, "You're welcome." And
Right.
everybody looked at him, and then everybody laughed because the main guy in charge. He looked at the main guy in charge, the main monk in charge. He laughed, and it was good. So then this next one, these next two, I went kind of old school on. So Peter Lorre,
Peter Lorre.
who I loved in Casablanca,
Yes.
the man who knew too much, the Patsy um, um, with Jerry Lewis, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Peter Lorre was probably one of the first known character actors because he would go in and just play this character and just, but he was a guy. He never quite played the lead. I think in the Mr. Motto series, there's a movie called Mr. Motto. And the Mr.
Hmm.
Motto series, I think he played the lead in those, but I don't think
Hmm.
he played the lead in too many other movies.
But that okay. And next, and I want to talk about the one movie, and I know this next actor has made some classics as a character actor, most notably in your favorite movie of all
Yes.
time. And that's Eli Wallach, Magnificent Seven, The Good, Bad, the Ugly, The Godfather, The Deep, How the West Was Won. But actually, one of his last movies, kind of, I guess, later in his life, was the movie called The Holiday. Did you see that one? Where
I saw bits and
Ken,
pieces of that one.
um,
I saw bits and pieces of
where
that one.
I'm sorry.
I saw bits and pieces of that one.
Okay, that's a cute. That is a cute movie, a rom com. I have to say,
Hmm.
I am still popping, so I guess I
I
got to
don't know.
get grounded.
I want to answer. I want to answer a question in the comments. Steve asked, "What was that prison movie with Wilder?" And that was Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder and
Stir crazy,
Stir Crazy. Yes.
stir crazy.
What you
Yes,
doing?
but Eli Wallach
What you doing?
was
What's wrong with you? Yo, man, you got that bad. Like if they don't mess with you, you bad. You know? Then you got that bad. You got to walk like this. And they, oh, really? Yeah, that's right. That's right. We bad. We bad. Moving on to the list.
Can we? Can we really?
Move on to the list.
Moving on with the list. The next actor played himself as a meme last Halloween, and that is Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
And
Yes.
again, he was one of those guys. He has my all-time favorite line from the movie Con Air.
Yes.
Define irony.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, a bunch of guys
The
on a
fine
plane.
irony. And he was like the big mass murderer on that movie that everybody was scared of. And
Oh, that's a good one
Armageddon.
too.
In Armageddon, he was this really smart guy who had all these degrees. I loved his beginning in Desperado. The
And
movie
Desperado.
in Desperado with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, I remember it.
He was kind of lookout, and
Mhm.
one of the first scenes was, excuse me, him walking into a bar and kind of talking up to find information, and he's telling a story about how this big Mexican comes in and he just pulls out this bigger gun and he's just shooting everybody. He says, why did you?" I was just watching everything. This guy went through and the way he told the story and everything. Oh, it was great. It was
Now,
great.
I think my favorite was The Big Lebowski. I think I liked
I've
them in the
never
big.
seen The Big Lebowski. Everybody talks about that.
Oh my goodness! How many movies? Who is keeping track of this list? I'm gonna start. I need just like a chalkboard or an overlay or something, so we could just keep adding all these movies to the list
Come on now.
because some of them are like pop culture
Okay.
classics, and you have to
The Big Lebowski is not a classic. Nobody else has seen The Big Lebowski. Come on.
The Big Lebowski is,
Nobody's seen
I
The Big
would
Lebowski.
say it. I would say it was one of the best of the brothers movies.
Okay.
Um,
Dion, Steve, Scooby Life, anybody else who's listening, let me know what you think about The Big Lebowski. Have you seen The Big? Is it worth me watching?
I think it is, but you know what? You got to be in the right headspace. I will say that because there was one Coen Brothers movie I watched, and I think I saw it in a movie, and I wasn't there yet, and I didn't actually get half the. It's kind of like the first time I saw Airplane. I came in a little late, and I didn't laugh once. But then when I watched it again to watch the beginning that I missed, I laughed the whole way through because I got
You
the
know,
joke. But
kind of like when I saw my
I think it
cousin
was The
Vinny.
Men Who Saw Goats or something. There was one Coen Brothers movie
Kind,
that, yeah.
of like when I saw my cousin Vinny, and I really didn't laugh, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's the greatest movie ever." I'm like,
So okay, here Scooby Lights. Yes, it's worth watching. The Big
and
Lebowski.
Dion says, "Oh
And
my
Diana,
God, yeah."
yes. The
And,
big
well, look at
because
Steve's
you
comment.
gotta know about the dude. We're doing a pop culture show, dude. I mean, come
You
on.
got
That's like a touch point.
look at Steve's comment.
What's Steve's comment?
We should have a movie club.
Yeah. uh
Dion, really? You gonna take my pop culture card away, Dion?
oh yeah,
Really? Dion, you're my friend. I know I beat you in spades a lot, but you're my friend. You talking about taking my pop culture?
that's a way to make a friend.
You? What's wrong with you? Take my pop culture card. You're my friend.
It was so funny because there was a time where you would always see
friend.
Steve Buscemi, and then you before you even knew his name, and then but he was that character that just like totally stood out.
And we're talking about Steve Buscemi, and I
Hmm.
don't know what all the other character actors on here have ever done in their life. I don't know what they've ever done, but Steve Buscemi, we know for a fact he used to be a he used to be a fireman, and when
Oh,
9/11 happened, he put his gear. He was a famous actor when 9/11 happened, and he put his gear back on, and he went and helped the other firemen during
oh,
9/11.
oh, that's
So
awesome.
shout out to Steve Buscemi. This one's for you, man.
All right. And finally, and I know there were a lot of and yes, Scooby Life is with us. Love Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi, love Steve.
Oh man, he is awesome. Like a book club. I definitely got to see some of these movies you mentioned that I didn't see yet. Oh, so you're kind of in Kenny's boat.
You're
Um,
not in Kenny's boat. Kenny is not in a boat. Kenny's not in a boat.
but I'm telling you, The Big Lebowski is a classic. I mean,
Okay.
that's just
Let me see. Let me
that's
see what. Let me see
the
what's on the table.
the dude abides, man. The dude abides. I mean, we get some classic pop culture jargon from um The Big Lebowski. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to watch the Big Lebowski before the next show, and I'm going to watch the Goonies before the next show. So how about we make the next show talking about the Goonies?
Yeah, we'll Goonie it up on the Goonies for the next show,
We'll talk
as
about the
well as
Goonies and where those actors are from the Goonies now.
oh, okay, kind of like a Where Are They Now? And
Where are they now for the Goonies? And I'm going to
okay,
watch the Goonies for the first time. But our last actor,
oh, is my favorite.
he's your favorite, really? I mean,
Well,
we
as
just
far
did
as
Steve.
character actors, because the first time I saw, like, I know I saw him. Actually, I think of these character actors on the list, I don't know. I think Steve Buscemi or maybe even Paul Giamatti. I don't know but no, Gary Oldman. I think is my favorite. But this one I love because because I'm someone who's worked in offices all my life, and the one thing I hate is when anybody takes my red stapler. That's war. And this dude actually, you know he's a good character actor because when I saw him in something else and was going, oh, who's that actor? And looked up his name, I'm like, Stephen Root. Really? That's the same guy? And again, he's a guy who does the who's he did voices on I think was it King of the Hill?
Yeah,
So
King of the
he's
Hill.
done those cartoon voices. He's also, and again, like I said, a lot of these character actors, well, we know they've done like their
Yeah,
either Law and Order or NCIS appearance, but when they make an appearance on one of my faves, like X Files or Fringe, then I must know who they are. And
yes.
Steven, yeah, just in the office space, him and that stapler,
Yeah,
I
Stephen
just,
Root. Stephen Root
and
is at. I
I
loved
don't
him
think
in.
I'm
I
supposed
loved
to
him
be
in.
down here because I really shouldn't be here in in the basement. And I did have that stapler, and I don't know who could have taken my stapler. And I'm sorry,
I loved him in
I put
Dodgeball.
you in the zone.
I loved him
No,
in Dodgeball, where he's got the Millen wife and sit with the kids, and the kids are looking all sad, and he's got the Millen wife, and the Millen wife goes like this, and he goes, "Elf for love," and they're looking at him like, and the one guy goes, "That's not elf for love, that's elf for," and Vince Vaughn goes, "Yeah, it's love, it's love. Go ahead, it's love."
it's love. It's love.
And
Oh,
he was in Just Friends, Oh Brother Wherefore Art Thou, which has a phenomenal cast. Oh Brother Wherefore Art Thou.
now,
He
so
was
you've
just
seen Oh
in.
Brother, Wherefore Art Thou?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay,
He
because
was
that's the
just.
Coen brothers.
Yeah,
But go
he
ahead.
he was just in the TV show Boba Fett, and I didn't recognize him. And George had to call me up and go, "Yeah, that was Stephen Root." I'm like, "Wait, but Stephen Root? Yeah, from Office Space and Dodge." I'm like, "Yo, that was him," and you couldn't recognize him because
Yeah.
he changes. He's like Gary Oldman, and
Mm,
he just changes his appearance. And
totally.
also, Stephen Root was in a TV show sitcom News Radio.
News
Where,
radio. Yeah, I
yeah, where he
remember when
played
that
a
was on.
thing. But yeah, so he was in that.
So yeah, he has been around.
I get around, up, round and round, round and round. I get around,
You know the
round
singing
and
rule.
round.
Oh, sorry.
So down with the underground when we come around. No, no, that's not what that.
No singing. No with the singing. But anyway, so we have exhausted our list. We have vowed to go 45 minutes on the
And we
show,
keep missing
and
it.
we keep missing it by
Well,
an
next
hour
week
15.
on our Goonies show, when I watch the Goonies for the first time, and we do our Goonies show, we will stay within our 45 minutes during the Goonies show. I
Promises
vow.
kept.
Look,
You made me. I'll buzz myself.
promises. You know you couldn't keep.
Anyway. So no, and I know there are probably tons of character actors that we missed. Um, I like that idea, Stephen. We are going to have to work on the idea of getting a movie club together and at least putting out a list of some of our, like, we need like a top 10 must see list
Yeah.
of to be a true pop culture kid. In other
As
words,
long
what
as
are the
long
movies
as long
that
as long as we can put Grease 2 on that list.
okay,
Grease 2.
a
Grease
list for
2 is
real
the best musical ever.
a list for real people. Um like in other words, Kenny, this list needs to be for somebody who is, let's say they're from another planet, and you plop them down right here in the United States. What are the 10
It's kind of like
movies they
it's
would need
kind of
to
like
see
yeah.
to be versed in the pop culture of today?
It's kind of like Captain America: Winter Soldier when he first met when he first met Falcon, and then by the end of the movie, you
He's
know,
listening to
Falcon,
Marvin Gaye.
because he told him all the things you missed as music wise, because he said, "I'm listening to such and such," and so now we're going to do movies and all things you missed, and I know some great classics that we could put on that movie list, because if you've never seen Casablanca, if you've never seen Lifeboat, matter of fact, I was talking to a videographer who's going to be doing some work for Words Out Productions. And this kid is like a young guy, totally in the movies. And he said two of his inspirations for doing movies was um, um, Rod Sterling and Alfred Hitchcock.
Mm.
And I told him one of my favorite movies is Lifeboat. And the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that he
I
filmed
love
this,
Lifeboat.
the fact that they filmed this whole movie on a lifeboat. Like the whole thing was in one setting, and that's so hard to do. And I saw even behind the scenes thing on Lifeboat where they showed how they did that and how they have a couple of different boats and a couple of different sides. It's just phenomenal. But this young man in his 20s to tell me that Alfred Hitchcock is one of his influences, that he had to go back to get this influence on how to, and that's why I had a big meeting with this guy to get him to shoot videos for Words Out Production. That was a big thing
So
for
does
me
that
because I
mean
was
you guys are going to have a black and white video coming up? Because that'd be cool.
uh
I love black and white.
ooh, doing a video in black and white wouldn't be. I got to do a storyboard this weekend, but doing a video, the kind of video, the first video we have to shoot, doing that in black and white would not be a bad idea.
I like it. I
Because
like it. You're welcome.
the video is
You can
going to
put
be
my check in the mail.
the video is going to be in a jazz club setting. So yeah, no, you're not going to get a check.
Yeah, I was like, no,
We
no, and
we
no.
we have
Maybe
a
in
very
different
small budget.
categories too, because yeah, I like the movie club
Yeah,
idea,
I'm
so we're gonna work on that. And
Ed, Steve. I'm going to work on that whole concept, and I'm going to put a post on the Captain Can Explain Pop Culture page within a few days. By
mm,
Wednesday, I will have a post on Captain Can Explain Pop Culture on Facebook about our movie club.
Yeah. I was so disappointed. Nobody got my reference Monday night that you needed to put, set your alarm to Sonny and Cher. I got you, babe.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I posted it on the Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture page.
Did you tag me in it?
So, hey, you know what that means? That means that the folks watching, please take a minute, like our page. It's a Facebook page, Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. Who knows? Whatever platform you're enjoying us on. But because it was like the night before Groundhog's Day, and everybody would, or was that Tuesday night? I don't know what night it is. My days are all running together. But this has been Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern time. We hang out, we talk pop culture. We thank you for hanging out with us. And we will be here next Saturday to hang out. So come join, come play, and we will see you then.
And next week we'll be talking about the movie The Goonies and where are they now. And hang out with us, man. We're cool people. God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.